Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Alhamdulillah, wassalamu ala rasulillah. Thank you, everyone, for joining this today's Wasabih TALK Series. It's really a pleasure to be here and also to be answering questions. And we have a very special guest from Africa, our Siddiq, our Vice President of Absaya and Wasabih. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Mamadou. Very, very happy to be here and very happy to be sharing with our brothers and sisters out there.
Excellent. Thank you, Awal. So today we wanted to talk about Africa.
Yeah.
Africa is a 1.2 billion population that in a continent that is the mother of the human being, a growing population. We are talking about in 2050, the half of the population will be under 25 years old. So the potential is huge. And it's not only that, because Africa will be creating an entirely new development path, thanks to the fact that it's really harnessing on the potential it has. It has the potential of its resources, but also the potential of its people. So today we just wanted to deep dive and discuss, share ideas on this untapped market for the halal economy. And we're very happy today to have Awal with us. Awal is an entrepreneur for long years in Africa. He studied abroad. He studied in Malaysia. It's in collaboration with MIT. He had been working with people on the ground in many areas, and he has a cosmetic company for Ghana and also delivering in overseas market. So I think we couldn't have a best person to talk about Africa. He's young. He has the great dreams for Africa. And same for myself as an African, traveling a bit in Europe and in Asia, with the dream also to contribute to the development of Africa in all fields, not only in the halal economy, but today we'll be focusing our discussion mainly in the halal economy. So, Awal, how do you see the development of Africa in general? Not the development that we are hearing here and there, political or those, but from the ground, from your learning, what do you see? What do you see in Africa, and where do you see Africa?
Thank you very much. Such a very, very important and very interesting question. I would say, of course, there's Africa is moving. Africa is now beginning to realize its potential, and our younger population even places strategically on the globe. And we are beginning to see more and more interest in doing business in Africa. And this is very, very important to know. So I see Africa growing, only that the expected growth, if you look at the young people out there, the young entrepreneurs, the young graduates graduating from these tertiary institutions, we are not seeing the kind of opportunities we should be seeing. We are not seeing the youth being at the forefront of entrepreneurship, at the forefront of decision making, at the forefront of business transaction. What we see, majority of African businesses are very local in nature. They are not thinking global. And of course, you will know that young Africans, dreaming to have global businesses start from their local environment. But the rate at which we are thinking global with our businesses is something that is not encouraging. You will know, for example, that the world is moving so fast, and entrepreneurship is being touted as the vehicle to facilitate this kind of development. But what we are seeing is that entrepreneurship is not the center of discussions among many governments. So of course, the youth is doing what they can, but we are dreaming locally rather than global. We see ourselves among the local competitors. We are not very well positioned to tap into the global potential out there. Up to date, African governments are exporting raw materials to the world. I mean, we are not adding value to this. And I know Ghana is not an exception. Ghana, we are exporting cocoa, we are exporting wherever, even shea butter, we are processing everything which has global demand. We are still exporting the raw materials. I think this is not the kind of Africa we would like to see. We want to see all the manufacturing companies, just like Southeast Asia and developed economies. You cannot develop when your economy is based on export of raw materials. We need to industrialize our continents, and we
But how
need
do
to
we
tap
go?
into.
How,
Sorry.
that's really important and it's key and really great that you start that way. So how do we go with that? So we know that we cannot just be the exporting resources because, as you know, many uh, big companies in oil, for example, they don't have any oil in their in their soil,
Yeah.
but they know how to transform it and they know how to extract it, how to sell it. So how would we go with this? Because this is kind of an endemic issue in Africa.
Yeah. So it starts from the African youth, him or herself. We need to start dreaming. You and I know that we cannot do without entrepreneurship. If we say the government across Africa is going to lead this kind of change, we might not be able to see this kind of picture we would like to see in the near future. What we need to do is that the African entrepreneur must know that whatever you are doing, you have to grow your business across the globe. So, for example, as a Ghanaian entrepreneur who started a cosmetic company in Ghana, I mean, you see a lot been happening. You struggle to even get the finances to fund yourself. But this shouldn't be an obstacle. We see a lot of obstacles rather than opportunity to grow. You see that as a Ghanaian entrepreneur, knowing that I really have to change my environment first, my immediate community first, before I can think of global, I look at around and see how can I improve the quality of living of my people. How can I contribute to the job creation out there? So one of the things growing up in the northern part of Ghana, you know that we have very quality. Ghana is one of the top global supplier of shea butter out there. But the real women who use their hand to process this shea butter, they are not benefiting any much from it. So what I did was, why do we keep on exporting shea butter if we can export products made with shea butter locally here? So I started exploring, and that gave me the idea of the cosmetic production. I said, if we can use this to create cosmetic products and we are able to sell locally and also sell globally, what we are going to do is that we are going to increase the demand of this shea butter and add value to this woman processing it. One, we are going to be contributing to the reduction of poverty, and we are going to create job and demand for those processing the shea butter. We are going to create jobs within the processing of this cosmetic products, and even to export it. So what we are seeing is that the African youth must first of all position himself or herself to see the immediate challenges of his environment, the challenges of his immediate environment, and see how creatively we can contribute to solving the problem. Then, after creating something, and I know that as entrepreneurs, when you do something very well, it attracts the world, it attracts the attention of the people, even not within your country. I mean, most of the help I got as an entrepreneur came from the Southeast Asia. And it came from my networking with the people, my friends, my colleagues, and business partners across Southeast Asia, and the kind of exposure. So when you do the right things very well locally, and you begin to attract global attention, and you begin to force the government to listen to you, you begin to tell the government that, look, what I'm doing has value to changing our country. Once you don't pay attention to me, the country is going to be staying where it is. So we need to start dreaming big. We need to look at local solution, but we think global. This is what I see happening in Africa.
Wow, wonderful. That's this really really wonderful because yeah, your answer is the exact way I see it, and we have to be careful in how we engage entrepreneurship. Make sure we start where it's really needed and not to lose our mind. Your example is really key. We have resources, and the only thing we know is we just sell our resources,
Yeah,
and people add value to it and bring it and sell it to us.
yeah,
uh, so, and we've been doing this for years. So why don't we just take our resources and then uh, develop it, and first find a local market. And if in any entrepreneurship, if you go to the United States, these big tech companies, they started from a local market, and the United States is one of those. They have a big market. Before they go outside the US, they already have their market. If Facebook started with in the university, so they have a small local market. And we African, we have to understand this. You cannot just start and say, okay, I in multinational companies. These multinational companies, they have been here for 100 years.
yeah,
Selling soap, definitely. There, when you talk about those big brands selling soap, selling in the United States 100 years ago, and now they are all over the place. It's really great job you guys have done in going the steps of taking the resources, finding local market, and what it does is even more important than just selling. It is building
exactly.
people to learn how to build a sustainable business, because the whole job is there. We don't know how to build businesses. We don't know how to build sustainable businesses. We just can go to school, learn about a subject, and go and be an employee. But nobody is teaching us how to build a business. And the most important part of what you guys are doing is to educate the people, for them to know that building a business is possible, and there is no way around. Now if you want to develop you have to build businesses. So the focus definitely is in entrepreneurship, and entrepreneurship in the thing we have here, not things we don't have. And this is how we can have a position, strategic positioning, that it will be very difficult to rival.
Mm.
That's great. That's really really wonderful. So now, what about the halal in Africa?
Yeah. This is like moving from one challenge to another. I mean, when you talk about businesses in general, and putting entrepreneurship as a vehicle to national development, to the development of the continent, this is one. which is we are not top of that. And on top of that, there's halal industry. Now, the mainstream markets, when you look at cosmetics, you are looking at food, you are looking at whatever industry it is becoming more and more saturated. The emergence of a new market, the halal market, presents very huge opportunity for us to tap to. Now, I would say we've been sleeping for long as Africa. The world is now discussing this new lifestyle, how to kind of provide the services and the needs of this new global segment, that is the halal economy. The Muslim consumer is growing every day, and this market is widening. It is moving from just a niche market to a global mainstream market. What are we seeing in Africa? It will interest you to know that as an entrepreneur for over 7 years, I first heard about halal economy when I was in Malaysia. This is the problem.
Really?
We
Wow.
Yeah, this is the major problem. I've been
Crazy.
in business. I've been an entrepreneur across, but I never knew about this big opportunity out there. I got to Malaysia and I started hearing the conversation of halal economy. Indonesia, halal economy. China is talking about halal economy. The entire Southeast Asia, in fact, Malaysia has been positioned as the global leader in terms of advancing
True.
the cause of this halal industry. Now I got this exposure. And up to now, halal certification is something a big challenge in Ghana. As an entrepreneur in Ghana, now there's few positives. For example, South Africa is doing a lot in terms of the halal,
Mm,
the halal economy, and they are leading the effort to building the halal ecosystem in South Africa, which will be beneficial to the globe because South Africa wants to be one of the global leader in the supply of food to the international market, especially the Southeast Asia. And this is what is making South Africa having been a leader in this, trying to champion this cause. For example, there's an institution called the South African National Halal Trust that is leading the certification of all this halal food, the processing, the logistics, the whatever, to build an ecosystem. And it has even moved outside the South African market to assist countries like Zambia, Namibia, Botswana, and other countries to building this kind of global halal ecosystem. Now you look at certification and you ask yourself, in Ghana, almost every entrepreneur out there, you begin to hear about halal certification when you try to export to markets like Malaysia, markets like Kuwait, markets like I remember I had a conversation with the CEO of a company that he asked me, "Do you have halal certification?" I said, "Wait a minute, what is it?" I had to Google, I have to look at institutions in Ghana providing this certification. Very, very. So it begins, really, the challenge begins with awareness. Who is championing the awareness of halal, the potential of halal economy across Africa? South Africa is fortunate to have this. Recently, I was in Ethiopia on behalf of a Malaysian company to transact business with these black seed oil producers in Ethiopia. Now, I met a lot of black seed oil producers, and the conversation of halal certification, they say, my brother, to be honest, we don't know this. This,
That's
this
simple.
tells you, very simple. This tells you, and not even a single company was able to produce halal certificates of what they are doing. And
Mm,
these are people who export black seed to international market. They export black seed to Indonesia, Malaysia. They export black seed oil, and they have one of the highest quality of black seed oil in the market.
Wow.
My interaction with them, you could know that they are disconnected from knowing the reality out there. The world is moving top speed, but Africa is still trying to wake up from the sleep to realizing this huge potential.
Mhm.
I had an interaction with another business woman. She is producing and processing about 40 different honey. I never knew Ethiopia is blessed with this category of different honey. Then I asked her, are you exploring the global market? She said, yes, gradually. I said, do you have halal certification? No, I don't even know it. We don't discuss it in Ethiopia. I said, this is the
Mhm.
problem. So you can
True.
imagine there should be a conscious effort either by individual entrepreneurs to come out with creative ways of creating awareness across and even taking certification. Uh, I mean, a private body can come out and position itself to partner with countries like Malaysia. So now Nigeria wants to partner with Malaysia to develop the halal industry in Nigeria. South Africa is doing national food processing industrial park to contain all this. It is estimated to be around 67 million USD project in collaboration with Malaysia. So you can see the connection. Malaysia,
Yes.
as a global leader, is providing the opportunity for country to really tap into this. Because if you are targeting their market, the Southeast Asia market, you
Mhm.
must as well look at this. So the first point is for entrepreneurs to know that, look, halal certification will expand your market. It will provide you the opportunity to target more customers and to realize the potential, the huge potential of the halal industry. So I'm sure you have experiences as well with regards to this awareness.
Absolutely. Wow, that's really key, really key. Because if you just have a local market, maybe even a regional market in Africa, you might not be needing to mine halal certification, especially if you are selling to a 100% Muslim country. Those countries, 100% or the high majority is Muslim. They don't. Uh, they don't even check halal or halal. Actually, by definition, everything is halal. But now indeed, even in Saudi Arabia, they are talking about halal. It's a global market, so we have to follow some of those standards. It might not be difficult. It's just that that awareness that you are referring to. Well, great insight. So just a questions. We have 10 minutes. 10 minutes to go. Uh, so, what would be, in a nutshell, the positioning of Africa? Because it's a business, it's a huge business, uh, but one has to position itself. If we say, for example, uh, I just recently I read something about Brazil being a leader in the halal food. So maybe even the world leader. uh, so so some countries, Muslim or non-Muslim countries, they position themselves very well into this industry. So, what would be, in your opinion, the positioning of Africa? What would be their beachhead to enter the halal economy? Because yeah, we hear about Islamic finance, but I just wanted to know from an entrepreneur on the ground, what did you think?
So a very, very easy way to target this huge potential is to start with the agricultural based product. You know, when we are talking of Islamic economy, food is huge. Few Actually, food takes huge percentage of this entire Islamic economy, and we have the land. We have all the crops you can think of. What do we need to do? Is to start looking at the value chain. If you are producing soya beans in your local market, what value can you add onto this in order to target the halal market? So agriculture product presents huge potential for us to utilize this as a first step. The beachhead market, we can focus on food, and we begin to discuss how do we standardize our halal certification that will have recognition globally. So each country can have this certification that is coordinated by a regional body, so that each and every country has a standardized kind of certification to do this. So I think we can begin with agricultural products from farming. And you know, farming presents huge opportunity for us, and it includes animal farming as well. So we can look at halal processes. So when we develop these certification bodies, which will have the kind of global recognition we want, then there will be halal guidance, halal process guidance to guide all these people from farming to the final produce and to exporting. This would be an excellent opportunity. And let me just chip in where Wasabih is coming as a platform to help harness this potential. So for companies around Africa that are listening to us, I would encourage them to register on wasabih.com. That is a professional platform that is focusing on the halal. Now, when we have all these people on our platform, Wasabih platform, what we try to do is to start with the awareness and the education. So we are going to engage experts. We are going to engage professionals within the halal economy to share with them, to really give the information about this whole this halal industry and how they can tap into this potential. So I think Wasabih is here to create that platform for each and every company across Africa. You can be startup, you can be a medium company, you can be established. Please, we want to create that opportunity for you to tap into this high potential. And very soon we are going to be holding events across Africa to create this awareness. Already we have our brothers from Cote d'Ivoire. In the coming weeks, we'll be hosting a lot of events relating to this halal industry. This is a very good start, and we have to create a platform to facilitate all this happening across Africa.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much. We have a question from Amadou Jobsok, uh, uh, asking about the difference between halal economic of products like water. So how water can be halal? Very good question. So you can chime in. I may have a few words to say about it. Very good question. I want to think about.
Yeah. So in Islam, anything that is halal is a technical term, right? It has a series of ethics, guidelines, every product must obey in order to be called halal or tayyib. So now coming to water, I'm sure within the halal certification, there are rules that govern what constitutes a halal water and what constitutes purity of halal. Halal is now a brand identity we as Muslims are identifying ourselves with, and even non-Muslims are now are labeling halal industry like organic, like pure, like healthy, and these are very good. So water as a product, I'm sure if you approach this institution certifying halal, then they will be able to take you through what makes the entire process as halal.
Definitely. So, from to just to add something on what I will share, for the water, for example. So normal water coming from natural, so it's halal. But if it is put in a bottle, and so it means it had been produced. somewhere. So there are things that have been added, things that have been removed. So in that process, the term halal in some ways includes what they call tayyib. It means that the factory that is producing that water cannot use the same material producing the water and producing, for example, alcohol, or producing something that tests the pork or something like that. So there is the certification around the material that are around the producing of this water that doesn't come natural. If it was natural, you take from the river or something, so that you might not need to put halal because it's already halal. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Another thing is the additives. So what kind
Mm.
of additives is added in the processing of
Absolutely.
this water? So
Definitely.
I think there should be much of education, much of halal process training, halal awareness. We still need this halal awareness creation across all countries in Africa for young entrepreneurs to know that they can create animals opportunities within this halal for their country and for the world.
Excellent. Thank you so much. We have 2 minutes to go. So if so, I'll try to sum up what I've heard, what you have shared a while, and then I'll give you the last word. And so, first is awareness. To be aware that there is something there called the halal economy, a huge economy that is a multi-trillion-dollar economy that most African are not aware of, and most of the world is not aware of. So there is huge opportunity for growth in that economy, and it's just starting. This second is entrepreneurship. So once we are aware that there is something to do, uh, next is entrepreneurship. Be aware that we have to create value. We cannot just ride on the existing thing. So since we have the resources, we have the people, and everything is to be built, so let's build. So, but make sure that we build with great foundations. Start with the resources, the core values, the core attributes we have, and build from there, not just copy pasting from somewhere else. The third, definitely, now that we go into entrepreneurship, where to start in entrepreneurship? Agriculture. So agriculture, so we have the resources. Africa, if you just take the animals there, if you want to see an animal, you just go to Africa. If you want to see life, you go to Africa. So everything is there. So that is the power we have. So start with there, and the youth go back to agriculture. Many of us, we just want to go work in offices, wear tie, and come up with those nice car, whatever. You have to stop, go back to work, agriculture. And the fourth, the importance of halal certification. Because if you want to tackle a global market, and if you want to build trust, so we have to go through the halal certification. Is just one way for have the body to verify that it is halal, that we can trust. Trust is key for business, and Islam differentiating halal and non-halal is just definitely that trust. And the last one I noted is the preparedness. So to be ready, so to be prepared, to understand, to learn about the halal economy, to learn about entrepreneurship, to learn about agriculture, to build your connections so that when you produce, you can sell. When you know how to produce, you can learn a lot from people around you, to connect with people online. Wasabih is the platform for that, for you to connect, to build connections with the professionals in the halal economy, and also with your potential customers. So these are the five I've noted for what you have shared a while. If you needed to, you can complete, and I give you the last word to finish our session today.
Yeah, I think you have done very well by summarizing all these points. I don't have anything much particular to say, but I think we have to apologize to our viewers out there that we had technical challenges from the beginning that resulted to the delay in the starting of the program. We sincerely apologize for any inconveniences. And second thing is that this is the time for Africa to rise and tap into the huge potential out there. We still have the untapped potential sleeping within the youth of Africa. I see that we have so many dreams without action. Action, action, action. Three times I mentioned to emphasize that we cannot move from one point to another unless we act. And if we are relying solely on government jobs, trying to wear the tie and sit in the office, it cannot bring the kind of change we want. We want to be in the forefront of innovation, entrepreneurship, whatever business is or business opportunity is out there, let's tap into it. And finally, be part of a community that is creating the change. Wasabih is the community you can use to tap the potential of the halal. We'll be discussing everything halal in the industry, everything halal from cosmetics, from lifestyle. Next week, we will be having amazing speaker about wellness and fitness. And you don't want to miss this kind of amazing opportunity to listen to these global leaders in this on this platform. So be part of the community, and also don't forget to connect with us, myself and Mamadou on LinkedIn. Please address all the questions you have to us. We are going to try as much as possible to answer and to lead this crusade of creating change across Africa and the entire world.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So connect with us first on Wasabih. So join wasabih.com, and we can continue the discussion on the platform. And yes, next week, I think we can mention the name. We are very, very excited to have a leader in the wellness, in wellness in Australia. She wrote a book, and she is coaching a lot of people, and based on the Islamic values. Her name is May Zaki. So you'll be hearing from her if you haven't heard of her yet. And we're really very excited to have her as our first external, we gotta say he's definitely, but external from the team upstairs. Our first guest, and what a guest, inshallah. Thank you so much for joining us today. And again, we apologize for starting a bit late or due to some technical issues. But I believe that in these 40 minutes, we managed to get some really great insight and encouraging message for Africa and for anyone around the world who want to leverage on the potential in Africa in the halal economy. So thank you so much. And see you next week. So assalamu alaikum warahmatullah, and we wish you peace and wellness to you and your families. Goodbye.
Assalamu alaikum. Goodbye.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.